Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. Today I have brought you this topic using the W3C Markup Validation service. This is a service to basically check your HTML coding and to make it more valid. The reason to validate the codes is to produce clean code to avoid some redundant codes in your HTML, and also to be more search engine friendly. So when you have good content, clean codes, the search engine will index you better. And easier for test reader to convey your information to those visually impaired people to improve the accessibility. Examples will be of the image. So you provide the alternative text for image. So those blind people, even though they couldn't see, they can roughly know what's that particular image is about. And another pointer for why we should validate our code is it is easier for special device to surf the net, so that you improve the devices to read out the content and also to improve accessibility. So let's take a look of the W3C Validator service. So you can go to validator.w3.org. If you would like to Google, basically you can just type W3C Validator. So the first link on the Google search W3C Markup Validation Service, then you hit on it and you will come to this page. So W3C offer you three options to basically validate your code. First is validate by URIs. So you can basically put in your website, all right? And you can, this is more convenient if you would like to check the entire website. And the second thing will be validate by file upload. So this is more troublesome because if you want to upload a single file, it may not be the case that you just upload the one web page. So unless you really just want to validate one file documents, then you basically just use this option. Otherwise, using validate by URI will be better. And the last option offered by the W3C Markup Validation Service is direct input, means that you copy the HTML code and paste inside the box and then to check. So basically, I have done a page that is actually consists of some error that I put in the URL and check. Okay, let's check it, and it will show me many errors and a warning. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to basically fix it. So if you view the page, right, this is how the page looks like. Everything looks fine, but actually at the back, I do not have a clean code and there are some errors need to be fixed. So basically you can download the, when you click the description of the under the video, you will find where to download this error page. You can open it with your editor and you can fix it together with me. So I'll just go through with you. And also if you like to download the source code and the solution, I also have is under the description of the video. You can go ahead to download both documents. One is error.html, the other one is solution.html. So let's take a look of the warning. The first, it says that we under language with the HTML you need to declare the language. So I have already opened up the HTML file with my editor. You can open your editor. You can have to do it with Dreamweaver, Sublime. I'm using Sublime, brackets or other editor. So it says at the beginning here, you don't have the HTML. If the open and the closing. So I just go to the last line. I will just put my HTML closing. So I have opening, HTML closing, and also I have to specify my language, all right, and it has to be English, all right. So language English. So therefore, we already fixed the first warning by doing this. Language is English. Another second error, the second on the list will be the start tag sin use dot type. We didn't basically specify the dot type, so it say it expected. So I will just put the dot type HTML there. Okay, I will just copy and you can type it if you want at the first line, very first line of the web page. So you must have a HTML5 document type. So bracket exclamation mark dot type HTML. So you must have this line. Let's move on to another item on the list by Validator. So this page you have another issue. So the type, attribute or style is not needed, should be omitted. All right. So the type basically you don't need to basically put here. All right. So in that case, I will this type is not needed. I will basically just delete. All right. Just opening style and closing style will do. All right. I will just save it. Command S or Control S to save it. And we fix this. Let's take a look of the next error. Invalid ID. So it says under here is invalid ID. So start with a hashtag because in programming, when we do with any programming language, the name that you give to ID or a class shouldn't start with a number. So I will just delete the tag number. Instead, I put the number at the back. And same goes to here. This class dot shouldn't start with a number. Then I put the number at the back. All right. Tag 2 and my style 3 should fix the issue. But don't forget, if you have changed the ID name and the class name in your content, line number 34 here, you should change your tag also, this tag 2, and the class name just now we changed to my style 3. So on the line 34, when you have changed your ID name, make sure in the content you change the name as well. This should fix the issue. So the things that we've, the good thing about Validator, it will show you which line, basically is line 5, column 1, which line, which column has that issue. You can just straight go to the line. So there's line 5, so you just go to the line 5 and basically just fix the issue. Because I have additional added these 2 lines, that's why line 5 has become line 7. All right. And let's take a look. And we fix this issue. All right. We have basically fixed 2 at one time because it shouldn't start with number. All right. Let's jump to the next issue. The end type of strong violates nesting rule. So let's look at line 15. So instead of 15 is 17 because I added the 2 lines before. So line 17. So it says we open H3, open strong and open I. But it end up we close strong first and close I. So the rules in the HTML it should be the first in and last out. Means that if we open I, you must close I first. This is the last in, and it should be first out. Last in, first out. So you should close the I and then you delete the I. 17, okay, 17 is not 37, okay. So it means that you open I, you must close I first, then you open followed by closing the strong and closing the H3 tag. So you can save this document and we have fixed this. And next is the same thing. Strong I, we have fixed to error. The next issue is image must have an alternative attribute. Alright, let's take a look of the line 17. It has become line 19 because I added 2 lines before that. So this image, you have to add alternative text. Alright, alternative text is good for those visually impaired people because when they browse the internet, it depends on the device to actually read out the content, and they cannot, when the device come to image, the device cannot read what is about the image. Adding alternate text is like the additional description for the image so that they know what's the image is about. So I will just describe briefly. Peacock in the park. Opening his wings. His beautiful wings. Alright, so by adding an alternative text, you have already fixed that. Let's look at the bogus comment. Line 24 now has become line 26. So this is a comment. So a proper comment, it should be like this, okay, and ended up with dash. Alright, so if you have forgotten the hyphens, then you will basically the compiler will treat it as a content. So if you want to make a comment, make sure the opening is like this, the closing is like this. By doing this, we already fixed this. Let's move on to font. So the font, the following font here, you have to use a proper CSS. So let's look at first, open font and use font is an old way to basically style the font. We have to delete the opening and the closing of font. Alright, so a proper way to basically use a font, let's say I want to emphasize this word, will be we use a span, one pair of span. Alright, and inside the opening tag we have used style. So if you want to make it bigger, then we use the CSS rule and the 36 pixel. Alright, and the color, if you want it to be blue or hexadecimal color. So this will fix this problem. And next is say you will have unclosed element. So before the body, let's go to before the body here. We unclose a div here before the body. And that's about it. All right. So I have uploaded the corrected versions, and we run the checker and it will give you a green bar. When you see the green bar is congratulations, you made it and you have actually eliminated all the errors and warnings. So green bar means you have passed the project. So I hope you like this video and do subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumb up. Bye.